Welcome to Spirit Quest. Today it's story time as we delve into a tale inspired by the enchanting realm of Neville Goddard's teachings. We will be exploring the profound connection between feeling, imagination, and the wonders of the human mind. Join us as we embark on a transformative journey where dreams become reality and the power of the wonderful human imagination unfolds. Get comfortable. Now let's dive in. From fries to fortune, the inspiring tale of a fast food worker's journey to wealth, based on Neville Goddard's teachings. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled amidst rolling hills, there existed a fast food restaurant called Crispy Bites. It was an unremarkable place, situated on the outskirts of town, its fading neon sign flickering faintly against the backdrop of an indigo sky. Inside the restaurant, amidst the sizzle of frying oil and the cacophony of hungry patrons, a young man named Felix Morgan toiled away. At the age of 20, Felix had already grown weary of the ceaseless routine that governed his life. He found himself trapped within the greasy confines of the Crispy Bites kitchen, flipping burgers and assembling orders with mechanical precision. Felix was an unassuming figure, with tousled, dark brown hair that seemed to mirror the disarray of his thoughts. His deep-set hazel eyes betrayed a longing for something more, glimmering with a spark that yearned to break free from the confines of his monotonous existence. Despite his fatigue, Felix possessed a quiet determination, a flicker of hope that refused to be extinguished. The air within the restaurant was thick with the aroma of fried food and the frenetic energy of the bustling crowd. Customers of all sorts jostled and clamored for their meals, their impatience forming a palpable cloud that enveloped the place. Felix moved through the chaos with practiced ease, his hands working in a choreographed dance of efficiency. Yet as he assembled each order with robotic precision, his mind wandered to far-off places, to dreams and aspirations that seemed light years away from his grease-stained apron. During the rare moments of respite, Felix would steal away to a corner of the kitchen, a hidden alcove where he kept his sanctuary, a worn notebook filled with sketches and fragments of poetry. There, in the quiet moments stolen between the relentless demands of fast food, he allowed his thoughts to roam free, his pen tracing the contours of dreams yet to be realized. The Crispy Bites environment was a symphony of chaos and discontent, a microcosm of unfulfilled aspirations. Felix observed his fellow co-workers, each resigned to their roles in this fast food purgatory, their eyes reflecting the same weariness that weighed heavily on his own soul. It seemed as though they too harbored dreams and passions obscured by the fluorescent lights and endless orders. As the day wore on and the sun began its descent beyond the horizon, Felix's weariness deepened. He yearned for an escape, a reprieve from the grease-laden air and the oppressive monotony of his job. Lost in a reverie of thoughts, Felix's mind wandered to far-off places, to dreams and aspirations that seemed elusive yet fiercely alive within him. Engrossed in his thoughts, Felix was suddenly jolted awake by a sharp voice cutting through the kitchen clamor. It was his boss, Mr. Jenkins, a stout man with a perpetual scowl etched upon his face. Startled, Felix straightened up, his tired eyes meeting the piercing gaze of his supervisor. "Felix, stop daydreaming and get back to work," Mr. Jenkins barked, his voice dripping with impatience. With a sigh, Felix shook off his reverie and returned to the chaotic rhythm of the kitchen, his mind still lingering on the dreams that seemed to slip further away with each passing day. Deep within him, a flicker of determination ignited, fueling his resolve to break free from the confines of Crispy Bites and pursue a life that held more meaning and fulfillment. And so, as the greasy odors lingered in the air and the clattering of pots and pans filled his ears, Felix Morgan, the tired young fast food worker, silently vowed to himself that he would find a way to escape this culinary purgatory and seek out the path that would lead him to his true calling. The following day bathed the small town in soft sunlight, casting a warm glow upon the familiar facade of the fast food restaurant known as Crispy Bites. As Felix Morgan, the tired young fast food worker, stepped through the entrance, a spark of creativity ignited within him. Determined to make the most of his day, he embraced a positive and imaginative mood. With a mischievous smile tugging at his lips, Felix decided that for today, he would whisk himself away to a better place through the power of his wondrous imagination. As he stood by the fryer, the bubbling grease now became a symphony of delights. Felix closed his eyes and envisioned himself soaking in a luxurious bath, warm water enveloping him, and the gentle crackling of bubbles replacing the hissing of the oil. He allowed the imagined sensation of relaxation to wash over him, momentarily transporting him from the greasy confines of the fast food kitchen. While assembling burgers, Felix summoned the aromas of a gourmet feast. He inhaled deeply and let his mind wander to a grand banquet, where he was the master chef, creating culinary masterpieces that tantalized the senses. The familiar scents of condiments and grilled patties blended in his imagination, evoking the bouquet of a fine dining experience. With each burger he crafted, Felix imagined himself serving a masterpiece to a delighted customer, their smiles becoming the ultimate reward. When the restaurant's soda machine hummed to life, Felix envisioned himself standing before a grand fountain of sparkling champagne. The hiss of carbonation became the effervescent symphony of celebration. He imagined the delicate bubbles dancing on his tongue, as if he were toasting to a life filled with infinite possibilities. Even the monotonous act of wiping down tables became a moment of serenity for Felix. He imagined himself in a tranquil garden, gently polishing elegant wooden furniture amidst the fragrant blossoms and the delicate melody of chirping birds. The once dingy rags transformed in his mind's eye into soft silk cloths, bringing forth an air of elegance and sophistication to his task. As the day progressed, Felix found himself embracing the joy of his vivid imagination. Each task became an opportunity to escape the confines of reality and immerse himself in a realm where the ordinary became extraordinary. His work became less burdensome, replaced by a sense of playfulness and wonder. Customers began to notice a subtle shift in Felix's demeanor, a glint of joy in his eyes and a warmth in his smile. They unknowingly became participants in his daydreams, as he served their meals with an air of delight, imagining himself a waiter in a grand restaurant, bringing culinary delights to their tables. Little did Felix know that his newfound zest for imagination was not only transforming his own experience, but also spreading a contagious aura of joy throughout the restaurant. Customers, staff, and even Mr. Jenkins himself couldn't help but be touched by the spark of creativity that radiated from Felix. And so, with each passing day, Felix Morgan continued to infuse his work with a touch of magic. Through the power of his imagination, the once dull routine had become a canvas on which he painted moments of joy and enchantment. As Felix embraced his imaginative spirit and embarked on his day at Crispy Bites, he couldn't help but notice that his thoughts held a newfound power. It was as if the simple act of imagining things had a ripple effect, subtly nudging the universe into motion to align circumstances and create his reality. The manifestations were not immediate but unfolded gradually, leaving Felix amazed as he connected the dots between his imaginative musings and the unfolding events around him. In the early hours of his shift, Felix found himself yearning for a momentary respite from the bustling kitchen. With a gentle sigh, he imagined a brief interlude of calm amidst a tranquil garden. As he went about his tasks, he noticed a subtle shift in the atmosphere. The clatter of pots and pans seemed to soften, and the background noise took on a melodic quality, as if nature itself had lent its harmony to the scene. It was as if his imagination had set the stage for a serene oasis within the confines of the restaurant. Encouraged by this gentle synchronicity, Felix allowed his imagination to flourish further. During a momentary lull, he pictured a burst of colors adorning the plain walls, transforming the space into a vibrant tapestry of art. Inspired by his own creative vision, Felix began to notice subtle changes taking place. A co-worker, unbeknownst to him, had started sketching intricate patterns on a napkin, and as the day progressed, these designs found their way onto the walls, bringing forth a kaleidoscope of hues that seemed to dance in harmony with his thoughts. The extraordinary events continued to unfold, leaving Felix awestruck and eager to explore the depths of his own mind. As he prepared a fresh batch of fries, He imagined the crisp, golden strands transformed into mouth-watering delicacies fit for royalty. To his surprise, the fries seemed to acquire an extra layer of perfection, each one perfectly cooked and seasoned, tantalizing both his senses and those of the customers. Encouraged by these subtle yet remarkable experiences, Felix's imagination grew bolder. As he stood by the drive-through window, he envisioned a touch of whimsy and surprise for each customer, something that would bring a smile to their faces. And with each passing car, he noticed the universe playing along, aligning circumstances to create those little moments of delight. An unexpected coupon found in a bag, a perfectly shaped heart made of ketchup on a burger, or a tiny toy hidden beneath a pile of fries. With each newfound revelation, Felix marveled at the intricate dance between his imagination and the unfolding reality. The universe seemed to respond, subtly rearranging the pieces of his life to align with his dreams. It was like magic. His feelings held a secret to shaping his reality, but the true realization of Felix's creative power came when he dared to imagine a future beyond the confines of Crispy Bites. With a glimmer in his eyes, he envisioned a path of personal growth and fulfillment, a life that extended far beyond the greasy apron he wore. What Felix had discovered had transformed his daily life. No longer bored with his job, he embraced each day with a sense of wonder and possibility. The simple act of imagining had breathed new life into his existence, and now he hungered for more. With an intrigued mind and a heart brimming with belief, he set his sights on a dream bigger than he had ever imagined. Felix yearned to be wealthy, to amass a fortune beyond his wildest dreams. He knew it was a daring desire, but his newfound understanding of the power of his thoughts propelled him forward. Cultivating a mindset of abundance became his daily practice. He saw himself as a magnet for wealth and opportunity, envisioning the grandest possibilities unfolding before him. Days turned into weeks, and Felix persisted in his faith and imagination. In his daily work life, he began to transform each transaction into an act of wealth creation. As customers paid for their meals, he imagined the money they handed him multiplying 1,000-fold, flowing into his own pockets like a torrent of abundance. In his mind's eye, he held thick stacks of bills, feeling the weight of prosperity in his hands. He closed his eyes for a moment, allowing his senses to immerse him in a world of abundance. He savored the crisp sound of the cash register opening, the satisfying clink of coins as they cascaded into the till, each appearing in his mind as heavy, shining gold coins. In his mind, he could almost taste the richness of each banknote, envisioning the distinctive ink and the distinct aroma of success that permeated the air. His fingers tingled with anticipation as he delicately counted the bills. When the customers paid using credit cards, each electronic beep carried the promise of abundance. In his mind's eye, he visualized the digits as glowing embers, representing the wealth and possibilities that awaited him. With each beep, Felix felt a surge of gratitude, knowing that his imaginary acts were aligning the universe to manifest a life beyond his wildest dreams. But Felix's imagination did not stop there. As he interacted with customers, he engaged all his senses to create a sensory symphony of abundance. He imagined the vibrant colors of the money, envisioning the green hues glistening with promise. In his mind's eye, he tasted the flavors of luxury, as if each dollar bill had been infused with the sweetness of victory. The sound of customers' conversations took on a different tone in Felix's ears. He listened attentively, hearing not just their words, but also the melody of opportunity. Their laughter became a harmonious refrain, a chorus of abundance echoing through the walls of the fast food restaurant. With every transaction, Felix inhaled deeply, filling his lungs with the fragrance of prosperity. The mingling scents of freshly minted bills and the aroma of sizzling burgers became intoxicating, fueling his belief in the limitless possibilities that lay before him. Each breath carried a promise, a reminder that his imagination had the power to transcend the mundane and shape his reality. Felix envisioned each customer as a successful and wealthy individual, seeing them as his business partners in a grand entrepreneurial venture. He imagined their eagerness to invest in his endeavors. Through these acts of imagination, He believed that the seeds of wealth and success were being planted, ready to bear fruit in due time. Weeks turned into months, and Felix remained steadfast in his vision. He never questioned the how or the when, for he knew that the universe had orchestrated the perfect alignment of circumstances to manifest his dreams. And then, on an unusually bright and breezy afternoon, the subtle shifts in Felix's reality took a thrilling leap into the extraordinary. As he stood behind the counter, a distinguished-looking customer approached him with a warm smile and a glint of curiosity in his eyes. Intrigued by Felix's unwavering commitment to exceptional service, the customer introduced himself as Mr. Harrison Sinclair, a successful entrepreneur. Mr. Sinclair, impressed by Felix's unique approach and vibrant imagination, couldn't resist sharing a proposition that sent shivers of excitement down Felix's spine. He revealed his plans for an upscale restaurant chain and expressed his desire to collaborate with someone as imaginative and driven as Felix. The proposal was like a whirlwind of possibility, swirling with promises of grandeur and financial success. Felix's heart raced as he listened to Mr. Sinclair's vision, his mind swirling with images of elegant establishments, sumptuous menus, and patrons clamoring to experience the magic he had always dreamed of creating. It was an opportunity beyond his wildest fantasies, a chance to bring his creative flair to a much larger canvas. With a voice filled with conviction, Felix accepted the proposal, his eyes shining with a newfound determination. The universe had aligned the stars, conspiring to make his dreams a reality. He knew that this collaboration was the manifestation of his unwavering faith and the power of his imagination. Felix worked hand in hand with Mr. Sinclair, pouring his heart and soul into the realization of their shared vision. Together they selected prime locations, designed captivating menus, and meticulously crafted an ambiance that exuded elegance and enchantment. Felix's imagination came alive as he created culinary masterpieces, infusing each dish with his signature touch of magic. As news of their venture spread, investors flocked to join their cause, recognizing the unique fusion of Felix's imaginative spirit and Mr. Sinclair's business acumen. The wealth that Felix had imagined flowed into their venture like a river of abundance, fueling their growth and propelling them to unimaginable heights. With each passing day, Felix's bank account swelled with an increasing number of zeros. His life had been transformed into one of opulence and luxury. He reveled in the joys of fine dining, exquisite travels to far-off destinations, and the freedom to pursue his passions without financial constraints. The universe had responded to his unwavering belief and creative imagination, orchestrating a symphony of prosperity that surpassed even his grandest visions. The once weary and tired fast food worker, Felix Morgan, could barely believe what had happened. Together with Mr. Sinclair, he built an empire that resonated with the vibrancy of his imagination. The scent of success permeated the air as the world reveled in the wonder and brilliance they had brought to the realm of dining. But amidst the grandeur and prosperity, Felix never forgot the humble beginnings that had sparked his journey. He remained grateful for the transformative power of his imagination and the beautiful dance between his dreams and reality. With every endeavor, he continued to infuse his creations with a touch of magic, reminding the world that within each one of us lies the power to shape our destinies. For Felix had learned that feeling is the secret. In the depths of his heart, he carried the profound truth that the key to unlocking a life of abundance and fulfillment resides within our own wonderful human imagination.